Leahy, because they understand that you and your team have gotten to the bottom of, or getting close to the bottom of it. Not totally, but inch by inch. By the way, Leahy's the equivalent of the Army of Apes. Remember, these are both you're on a long march. The apes are on the long march to the core of the corruption of and incompetence of Wall Street. Leahy and these others are on the long march to the corruption of elections. You don't have democracy. It's not simply about voting. It's about counting the votes. Remember what Stalin said, or Lenin. Let me count the votes. I don't care who does the voting. And this is what you've got. You've got these corrupted, incompetent officials. You're going to see a lot of Arizona and Georgia. A lot of it is just pure incompetence. Now, a lot of it's going to be corruption also. Leahy, tell us about now. Raffensperger is saying, hey, I think Leahy's right. I think we better check into this. CNN, ladies and gentlemen, this is the last 24 hours has been amazing. And for all you at home who sat there, okay, I hear Bannon, I hear it, maybe not. I'm still curled up. I don't believe it. It's happening. CNN and Yahoo News both are saying, hey, there's something going on in Georgia. Michael Patrick Leahy, your thoughts, observations.
So Laura Begert of the Georgia Star News, part of the Star News Network that I'm the CEO of, broke the story early Monday morning that officials with Fulton County have admitted that they are missing critical ballot transfer forms for absentee ballots cast in the state of Georgia. We calculated, based upon a spreadsheet that they gave us, that they're missing 385 out of 1,565 ballot transfer control forms they should have had, which is, comes to 24%. The number of absentee ballots associated with those missing chain of custody documents is 18,901. They can't produce those documents 7 months after the November 3rd election. This is very significant, and it's taken us this long to get this information out. Brad Raffensperger, Secretary of State Raffensperger, saw that story, and I think, Steve, my appearance on your program and the coverage by the Gateway Pundit and others probably helped accelerate that in front of him. And we have the goods. We have posted, and you can go online to the Georgia Star News and see that story. You can see every single one of these 1,180 ballot transfers forms. You can see the spreadsheet they gave us that shows 385 are missing. So this is a red alert alarm for Raffensperger because it points out his failure to do his constitutional duty prior to certifying the outcome.
Michael, you're such a decent. People should know Michael Patrick Leahy is one of the most decent men I've ever met. So hardworking, a Harvard college graduate, Stanford Business School, one of the best educated, one of the smartest people, and a grinder. Michael Patrick Leahy is one of the co-founders of the Tea Party movement. Wrote the best book in the Tea Party movement on the constitutionality of it. One of the best men in this country. But you're very nice. So, okay, let me play the bad cop here. He's a gutless coward, and we're in this situation now across the board because he time and time again went on mainstream media and trashed the President of the United States, trashed all of us. Most perfect, I've looked at it. No. He's not going to get any reprieve. You either do your job now, right? The liabilities he's got, the personal lawsuits he's going to have, this guy is a total and complete scumbag because he could have done everything, and it was his fiduciary responsibility and his moral obligation to do it. You're a great Christian, sir, but I got to tell you, we're going to need some Christian militancy here on this because this is not acceptable. That rat can try to get back on the ship. It's too late. He is a total and complete scumbag and will go down in American history because, ladies and gentlemen, understand this. We're not going to stop. This is all going to go to a crisis about the certification of those electors of those states. And I can tell you right now, we're going to have a situation where you're going to get below 270 because state legislators are going to sit there and go, no, looking at what we got in here, I don't know how these things got certified. They got certified because one of the reasons that scumbag in Georgia, okay? And he's not going to sit here and go, yeah, I think I got to review it now. No. How did Michael Patrick Leahy and his little band of workers, the ants, How did they get to the bottom of it? We had you on the show back here in December. Hey, Steve, they got to report on these days. They got to report by the 19th of January. They got to report here. They laughed in your face, and they laughed in the nation's face. Guess what? They ain't laughing now. You know what they're doing now? They're lawyering up. They ain't laughing now. You know why? Because Michael Patrick Leahy is coming for him. And by the way, they should note, there's other people coming for him, too. In knowledge we got here, dude, we're playing, I don't want to say the old Mark Twain story. We're a Christian playing with 4 aces, okay? Right now, we got you dead to rights, and there's so much more coming out. Leahy, you've been amazing. Tell us where this story is going to go, and now the mainstream media, CNN, too late to climb on board. MSNBC, too late to climb on board. Okay? You might as well fight it because you've made your decision. Go ahead, sir.
You hit the nail on the head in the failure of Raffensperger to do his duty and look at and review all of these chain of custody documents in 159 counties in Georgia. He should have done that prior to certifying the election. Had he done that, he would have discovered missing documents.
Not should have, Michael. It was his obligation. He and that little worm Sperling. This was their job that they were elected to do by Republicans. This is what every door you knocked on, every penny you gave them, this is what they were obligated to do, and they had 1,000 opportunities to do it. They mockingly said, this is all made up. I can do a mashup of it. How many times you go on CNN and MSNBC and in your grill say, it's the most honest, it's the most thorough, it's the most convincing in the history of Georgia. No, there's no thing about it. And you say he should have? It's his it's his fiduciary responsibility, and more important, it's his moral responsibility.
His legal responsibility, yes.
And his legal responsibility. So where are you going to go on this?
Well, we're just going to continue to report the facts. Now, remember, we first asked him, when are you going to review these chain of custody documents that are required to be produced at the county level by the emergency election code the state election board passed in July 1st of 2020. And incredibly, the response was, that's not my job. Well, that was a mistake right there. It is his job. The Georgia Star News has done that job by filing open record requests with 159 counties in Georgia. We now know that Fulton County cannot account for chain of custody on 18,901 absentee ballots. But wait, Steve, there's more. DeKalb County has never produced these same documents. They sent us documents, but they weren't documents that complied with the election code rule. They didn't provide any documents. We're going to go back to them. And they didn't provide any documents required by that election code rule documenting the transfer of absentee ballots from drop boxes to the registrar's office.
We're going to get your stories up there. And ladies and gentlemen, when I say we got a ground game and an air game, Mike Lindell's the air game. He's the airstrike. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. Hey, he's going to have a thing in July, invite the whole world to do the cyber. God bless him. He's a patriot. I love that guy. And we'll find out on live national, global TV. Leahy and the grinders, the ants, are grinding away day in and day out, and they're relentless. And there's more information coming up. Remember, a Republican established, you can't hide. Michael, we got to let you go. Well, last thing. Mitch, you got 2 Senate seats in Georgia that were stolen. Don't you have the stones to stand up there? And please, just back off a little while. The billionaires are going to be fine. I know you want to hang the guys that leak the records of all your customers, right, of all your clients. Right? But just can't you step up in front of a mic and say, hey, maybe we should check. You want to be majority leader. Instead of spending, $2 billion to try to get the Senate back, we've got the Senate. Why don't you step up in front of a microphone and say, hey, I think in Georgia we're going to start reviewing this stuff. Just stand up, Mitch. Let's do it. Instead of saying I got criminal charges against the guys that leaked the billionaires, they haven't paid any taxes, essentially stolen from the nation, instead of defending that, why don't you get to Georgia and defend Michael Patrick Leahy and the patriots down there that are unearthing us? Leahy, thank you very much.